me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Honesty is not the best policy, baby. That's a lie. That's a lie. People lie all day long, especially men. Okay? They lie about their kids. They lie about marriage. They lie about everything. Jobs, the car they drive. They lie about everything. So don't feel bad if you're lying to men.
Two things is true. That's what happens when y'all out here dating Nug Nug. That's exactly what happens when you out here dating Nug Nug and couch Negroes. They have to lie. Don't put that on all men. That's the problem. That's the message.
And sometimes when I wake up, he'll have the flashlight on and the camera.
He used to film?
Yes. Basically, my other uncles would call me crazy, tell their kids to stay away from me. And then my grandmother would say, oh, you need to go to a mental hospital or something like that. But she never believed me. I mean, we still cool to this day, but she just never believed none of this stuff.
Family don't mean nothing. We don't choose each other. Them are not the most loyal people to you. Them are the people most quickly to stab you in the back and do something ill to you. So we got to quit throwing this family word around, quacking like, you know, we got to be cool. Like she said, my grandma didn't want to believe me. She was high, but we still cool. No, we ain't still cool. I don't rock with you no more. I can't rock with you no more. And we got to be comfortable with saying that to family.
See how many kids?
Karen, you have any kids?
Yes, I have 2 girls and 1 boy. Everybody 10 years apart. You watch her, she gonna watch him, and I'm gonna be back.
She said she got 3 kids. They all 10 years apart. And she said, here we go. She said, now, by the time this one 10, 11 years old, I had another one. He can watch that one. Then you watch that one. And mama be back.
And this is why it's a problem. Because what she just said, she just told you the generational hurt she passing down. She said, I'm gonna have you as soon as you 12 and you want to be a kid and be free. No, I'm popping out another kid. And you got to watch your sibling. You must, because you shall not disobey. Now order 66 you won't.
If it don't work, there's going to be a problem.
Hey, so Marshall, you're 53. Are you running into a lot of men whose stuff doesn't work?
I have ran into some stuff that don't work. And then here's another deal breaker, Kendra. Brother, I ain't got time for the down low. Real talk. Now, you play booty games, don't come this way. I ain't got time for the booty games. Okay? Real men stand up. Alpha men stand up. And I'm a Christian, and I'm sure maybe some of my old church members up in here. But however, I'm going to keep it 100.
I bet those are the guys she running into. Want to know why? You old goat, because that's what you qualify for. And you earned the term old goat because you're up here acting all horny and wild. Talking about, oh, I know some of my old church members on here. Yeah, they on there. And they talking bad about you. Gonna talk real bad about you up in church. Liable to have a sermon about you.
I feel like I had to figure it out by myself. Why is it no one wanted to tell me that once you pass the age of 23, 24, now the new way of these men moving to you, these men, they'll be promising you marriage.
Here we are again. That's Nug Nug. He will say and do anything to get the box. First, you must ask, are you a wife? If y'all ain't wives and Nug Nug's not a husband, this is all a joke, right?
I am a Kendra Cougar.
Okay. How old are you, Miss G?
I'm 75.
You don't have to answer this question, but I'm going to ask. And I'm curious, but you don't have to answer. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
3 years ago.
Oh.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Did she say she was intimate at 72?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
At 72?
Yes. She said, hey, you heard the other one? The whole outlast the pole.
If you like married, you've been married to your husband for 50 years, granted. But she's making like she's been riding the carousel at 72. When does it end?
Never. There's no bounds, no limits. Shoot, it don't end. It don't end. It don't end until Nug Nug stops showing up.
Baby, Auntie ain't either. And I'm 60, almost 61 years old. I have never in my life met a man that has been truly faithful, that has never cheated. I've never met one. My philosophy is, and I hate to say all, but my philosophy is all men lie and all men cheat.
With women, voice as deep as hers? Possibly. But once again, we're talking about Nug Nug. Y'all gotta quit painting with this broad brush, putting this on all men. Rewind, take a look at yourself, take a look at these men, and then come back to the table.
Are they all by the same man?
No, the first 2 are by the same man, and then my daughter, she has her own father.
Why you not with the 3-year-old dad?
Because he was just he was a veteran, and he was just starting to get like controlling, being a narcissist, very demanding, just trying to run over my life.
You accuse this man of a lot of things just now, sister. You a narcissist, controlling. He showed up into your life. You had 2 kids already. He showed up as a stepdaddy. He was military, whatever. He was trying to get you out of your Jezebel spirit, all them tattoos. He was trying to give you a fair shake, it seems. You say he was controlling. Maybe he was trying to give you some direction.
Who she thinks she is? Pressure.
Today, I hear a lot of ladies talking about how they are pressure, how they are out here applying pressure. My question is, exactly what kind of pressure are you applying? Are you applying the pressure that makes a man aspire to be more? Or are you applying the kind of pressure that collapses a man's will? That's my question. Exactly what kind of pressure are we applying out here?
Parents, my mother passed away when I was 5 years old. My dad passed away when I was 10 years. My mother, she had AIDS, and my dad, he had it. She ended up passing it to him.
Do y'all see what evil begets? You see what it begets? Evil begets evil. Y'all can't expect wholesome, law-abiding citizens that's going to contribute to society to be born from these circumstances.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Shut the fuck up. Hey.
What y'all want that poor child to do? He probably waking up in the morning with his mom. They listen to Glorilla, all that. He ain't waking up to a balanced breakfast and out the door.
Not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave? No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's showing up turnt, and can't nobody turn him down. Fellas, y'all better do like Donald Trump said. There's only one way to know.
Have you ever been married? I have.
When did you get divorced?
It was 2006, but we got separated before then. It's a long story. I wanted to pass out at the altar. I'm keeping it 100. Wanted to pass out at the altar. I did because if I knew the voice of God then, I would have known not to marry him. But however, being that I did, I had to deal with it. I had 2 wonderful sons, so I take it for what it is.
Talk so bad about him, but gave him the highest honor, marriage, and gave him children twice, not once, but twice. Married and 2 kids, but this wasn't the man for you. Married with 2 kids, but he got to kick rocks. You didn't realize, oh, they talking about the voice of God speaking to him. I don't know what was talking to you, talking about you almost passed out at the altar. Stop.
Would you say that you had a fairly normal childhood?
No, I didn't.
Tell me about it.
It was rough. I didn't have no normal, regular childhood like a child supposed to.
Why? What was it? What was rough about it?
I mean, for one, my mom was more my friend. Like, she wasn't like a mother. She wasn't a mother. She wasn't, she didn't raise me like a mother. She raised me like more of a best friend type. So I was able to do what I wanted to do, and I ain't had no business doing it.
So she was like my mother. She said it. That was not my mother. She was more like my friend, because her mother made that her sister daughter. You ain't my daughter. You my sister. We have fun. Your boyfriends come in.
Lack of accountability on the mom. I don't have to parent you. You could be my friend, and I ain't responsible for none of your choices.
So are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay. And so how long have you been homeless?
Well, to be honest, as far as being homeless, I've moved to Atlanta for 2 weeks now. Okay, so within that range, it varies because I was in my home city, and you can be homeless in your home city also.
I mean, do you have a boyfriend or anything like that?
No, I'm currently single, so I felt as if I didn't need a male figure in my life right now because.
So you was in a relationship?
Yeah, I was in a relationship. He actually came up here to see if we were still in a relationship.
Obviously, she either stripping or she a lady of the night. She talking about, I feel like I don't need a man at this point in my life. Ladies, if this is not a walking, talking, living example of why you do need a man, or you will, come on, man. You'll say, I feel like I don't need a man right now. Well, that's why you homeless.
What you say? You telling me you falling out of love? Whoa. Hope you get somebody love you better than I did. Come on, future.
She belongs to the streets.
Welcome. Carpet for the Horse Productions. We live here on this Monday afternoon. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna bring y'all this special. I know everybody caught the Super Bowl last night. Some of y'all lost some money, probably. Me myself, I'm not much of a gambler. Not this late in the season. They got my money early in the season. I gave up. But
I tell you what, people ain't giving Rihanna enough credit for doing all that performing pregnant like that. We're
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, before we do, I see we in the building. Now make sure y'all hit the like button before we get started here. All right, we got a jam-packed show for y'all. We definitely gonna touch base on the whole Rihanna fiasco, as y'all can see on the thumbnail. We're gonna mine through the show, but we're gonna get to that and see how y'all feel. We might drop the link for y'all if y'all want to come up. Anybody feel away? I don't know. I don't know much about it one way or the other. The woman appears to be pregnant. We'll see.
I got questions.
That's all. Before we do, like I said, hit the like button. Support the show. If you can, hit the Cash App. It's pinned to the top of the link. And it's in the description area. But before we get started here, because there was a situation going on, I guess, a few months ago, and it's definitely not on the Rihanna subject, but we're going to mine through the show. And the young brother down in Memphis, the Nichols brother who got, beat to death by them cops, and for lack of better terms, and you would think young brothers have learned since then. But before we get the show started today, we're going to put out a PSA for all young brothers. Because apparently, as we know, there aren't any fathers in the house. And nobody's teaching these guys any etiquette or how to operate within society. So
yeah, we're gonna mine through a video, definitely coming from a perspective of a guy that's been, pulled over many times by law enforcement. We're gonna give y'all some to-dos and what not to do whenever dealing with law enforcement.
Straight like that. So I'm gonna pull this video
from life experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. From
I've been thinking back all my life. got some tips on how to survive this. You heard me?
Hey man, you can stay in your car. You can stay in the car.
Whoa! First mistake. Don't ever get out your car, brother. This is not the move. Cop approaching you, the last thing you want to do is jump out halfway aggressive.
Wrong answer. Right here, you have just officially jumped in Charlie's way. And now he can give you whatever he wants to give to you at this point alone. You got to understand, this is a definitely don't do. Do not jump out the car. Do not get out the car at all. Sit there, be calm. In short, he coming. You want to calm him down because you got to make it home.
Put your hands on the steering wheel. Roll the windows down.
Yes.
Put your hands on the steering wheel.
Yes.
If it's nighttime, turn the dome lights on. All that. Don't be getting hostile because you got pulled over. Just
no. Make him comfortable. Trust me. It ain't got nothing to do with being a punk or nothing like that. Because a corpse is a corpse. Make him comfortable. Like I said, turn the dome light on. Have your hands where it can see. And be easy, my baby. But don't jump out the car. It get over from that.
So, yeah. We just getting into it just a few seconds. Right? And make sure y'all hitting the like button before we get going here. Also, shout out to Big E for the Cash App, man. We appreciate you, brother. He always coming through. So
Big E, love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Anytime he in the building, like he said, he loves to hit the Cash App. Anytime he in the building listening to a live broadcast, I will donate. He says we deserved it. We come up here, we cook for y'all. We cooking for y'all this Monday morning. We just need put the money in the bag so we can go get the food to put on the grill.
That's all.
So we cooking. Shout out to my man Don Jeter, the big joker. He said this shit wild. Yeah, this video here, yeah, we're gonna mine through it. So
Yeah.
like we said, first mistake he made was hopping out the car. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Hey man, you can stay in your car. You can stay in the car, man. You can have a seat. What? Have a seat. So I'm stopping you for going 50 miles an hour to 25.
What are you talking about?
So I need you to sit down.
I think you're messing with me.
So no, I'm not. I'm not.
I think you're messing with me. I think you're messing with me.
No, you need to sit down.
No,
have a seat. Have a seat. You're okay. I'm not.
He said, I think you're messing with me. I think you're messing with me.
It's just too many red flags here. This is
entitlement. Some type of entitlement.
There you go. And is it entitlement or is it lack of healthy fear? You should have a healthy amount of fear. I do believe Marines say that fear keeps you alive. But in some branch of the military, I do believe they say fear keeps you alive. Don't be out there all willy-nilly. Don't. You need to have a healthy sense of fear, a healthy sense of fear being deleted out there on the side of the road from acting dumb.
So is it a chance that this brother is raised in one of these quote unquote single parent households?
It's a strong chance because I've already, my son Luke, he ain't even 10, and I've already had the conversation. You ain't allowed to do none of this. You gotta tell him the rules. So it's very safe to say that there is no. It's safe to say there's no present or responsible father around because I've been told how to act with law enforcement by many, many men. It is, I want to say, either that or just entitlement. This new generation of kids that y'all know, I mean, he a young man, but he seems to be younger than me. They really just don't seem to care.
Or could be under the influence of something. So
yeah, he sounds a little off.
People's state of mind. That's a whole nother subject. Because this brother can be under the influence of anything: drugs, alcohol, whatever. Something prescribed. Who knows?
Yeah, he sounds a little off. He sounds fidgety, and there you go. He making me nervous. Come on, brother. This is not going to end well. He fidgeting. I think you're messing with me. I think you're messing with me. Being all aggressive and walking towards the law enforcement. You tripping.
Shout out to Correct Me If I'm Wrong in the building podcast. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. He says the best thing to do is not to say anything to the police. That is true. You don't have to say nothing. Just oblige. He come to the car, license and registration, all that. Just hand him the stuff.
That's all.
Really asking too many questions. This brother, same thing like we start off saying about the brother down in Memphis, the Nichols brother. And the first thing he did, cops say, put your hands behind your back or stay in the car. Whatever you're doing, y'all don't have authority over law enforcement. That's just crazy. You can't put your hands behind your back. You can live to fight another day. I can get you out of, you got to tell your sons, I can bail you out of jail, but I can't get you up out that ground.
That's all. We could sit here and say, talk about rights and what you legally can do and all that. But the proof is on the pudding. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Y'all see, there's too many folks end up deleted on the side of the road. To heck what rules and laws you think is out there. I get it. I understand. But you got to understand the games of the rules of the game. It's like in every game, there's unwritten rules. And you just got to understand the rules that you got to live by, especially when it comes to your tone of your skin. That's just the reality. It's called the grim reality. Ain't no victim Olympics. Just understand the rules of the game. And this brother jumping out the car, being aggressive, talking at the cop, moving towards the cop. He out of control. It's not smart. It's not smart. And I don't know, maybe he's all hyped up on some music. I don't know why. I do not know what made this man jump out the car and want to get aggressive with law enforcement. Watch it too much.
And even if you're in such a position where you feel like you've done absolutely nothing wrong, maybe you didn't, that still don't justify you thinking you got some kind of authority, if you will. You still got to, regardless, you can fight it in court. But you can't fight this on the side of the road. That ain't where you win this.
There you go. What's the desired outcome? did this brother being pulled over, did he think the cops gonna say, oh, you're right, my bad, I shouldn't have done that, I'm gonna get back in my cruise and let you go? Have y'all ever seen that video? No, because it don't exist. It don't exist. So that's one thing you got to just think. What's your desired outcome with your actions? What do you think is going to transpire from you jumping out your car and acting this way towards this law enforcement? Is he going to tuck tail and run, or is he going to lay it to you?
Make you messing with me.
No, you need to sit down.
No,
have a seat. Have a seat. You're okay. I'm not messing with you. You need to have a seat.
Why are you grabbing me? I want to talk to somebody.
Okay, have a seat. Have a seat.
Why are you grabbing me?
Have a seat now.
Why are you grabbing me?
Have a seat. Have a seat or turn around.
I haven't done anything.
Okay. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
See, like,
and then they do that. Then they want to do that.
At this point, this can be considered resisting arrest. Y'all gotta understand how the rules work. The rules don't work how you want them to work. They work how they work.
That's all I'm saying. See, now and then they do this. I've seen too many of these videos. This is the younger generation. First, like, I ain't sitting down. And then the cops say, it's over. Put your hands behind your back. Okay, I'll sit down. Y'all sound like children. Y'all sound like children trying to get y'all away from mommy. That's wild. This don't end well. I mean, obviously, we know that. But, yeah, he going to jail now, for sure. At best, he would be going to jail. So, correct me
wrong. So you're behind enemy lines once the police approach you. I agree.
That's it.
No matter what you did. So let me see your ID. You can't be like, for what?
Seriously.
For what? If you're a law-abiding citizen, see what I'm saying? What you gonna make them on edge now? Kind of person say, for what? Now you got a warrant out or something? I get it. You might feel like you ain't do nothing wrong, but you are not a special victim. Here we are.
With your feelings.
Not just be you. This happens to so many millions of people. You can't act like they targeted me. Why little old me? I'm a special victim. No.
Yeah. Stop that. You can't. Yeah. To hell with your feelings when you get pulled over. Ain't no feelings. Be smart and get up out the situation. Get home. Just be easy. Put them at ease. Talk as little as possible. If at all, hand him your stuff. And the cop said he caught him going double the speed limit. It is what it is. Hand them the information and try to make this go smooth. Trying to tell you something. You got to know how to talk. Here we go. I have been pulled over. At one point, I almost rammed into a back of a state trooper. I used to drive crazy, and I'm not proud of it. But I almost ran into the back of a state trooper. And it's me and a couple of my fellow college football players. And I got pulled over because I almost ran into the back of him. He turned his lights off. It was nighttime. I couldn't see him. And he pulled us over. And I know I'm in a bad way. I was doing like my speedometer was all the way down, was pinned down. I don't know how fast it's going, like 110. And he pulled me over. And I can't sit here and resist. So we cool. I started talking about cars, talking about the engine. By the time it was over, I showed him the engine in my car. And he let me go without a ticket, nothing. Just said, slow down before you hurt yourself. These are some tips. Be cool. I ain't gonna teach you how to be a crook, but just be cool. Put the officer at ease. Getting out the car, being aggressive, resisting like this is not putting the officer at ease. It's not. He a human too. You got to know how to talk to folks, and this ain't it. Especially when they got guns and tasers.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. He's trying to grab my gun. He's trying to grab my gun.
Whoa. That there is a such thing as deletion by cop. I don't know what's on this brother's mind. Like I said, I don't know if he on drugs or something. The whole thing. Now you're reaching for the gun.
And at this point, the Reaper just sitting there waiting on the corner, wait for the events to transpire. It's over at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like Gavin said, at this point, you must be looking to be deleted. That's all. That's all I get from this. He tired of being here, and he ready to go. Because he's doing.
So y'all got to understand why they need to be at ease. So that's when you get these overly aggressive cops, because these are training videos. Y'all got to understand, they don't watch the good side of stuff and how it ends normally. when they're getting trained, they're watching videos like this over and over and over and over. And what's in their mind is the worst thing that can happen. I always got to make, especially when your skin a little darker. So
that's
come
all.
on, man.
That's all. Like I said, ain't no victim Olympics. Ain't nobody saying, "Oh, woe is me." Just understand the rules so you can make it home.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Say I hate being asked where I'm going or where I'm coming from. Just do your job, man. I agree, but at the same time, if that's you, I heard what you say. You say you hate being asked it. That could be a fact, but you still got to answer the question.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you're gonna start going down a rabbit hole.
Got to understand their line of questioning. And a lot of times they'll ask you the same question over and over again just to see if you lying. And like Gavin said in the beginning, if you ain't doing nothing crazy, why just tell them. Say, I'm going to Nordstrom's to buy some shoes. Then I'm going back home, I eat some ice cream. So what's it to you? Who cares? Who cares? Like I said, get that pride and ego stuff out. Understand the rules. You got no authority. You got no power in this position. Act accordingly. And then you make it out. I can only assure you. Please. Yeah. So I understand. But as soon as you get aggressive, you know what it is. Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
Gun. He's trying to grab my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun.
See what I'm saying? At this point, whatever happens to you, this man gonna go home to his family and never go to jail for it. He's completely justified, regardless of what he do, whether he take it easy on you or whether he take it as far as he wants to take it.
Yeah, straight like that. And it's over. It's over. You're a memory because you got too emotional. Or this guy just wanted to go because there was nothing logical about his reactions in this situation at all.
But let something happen, people are going to be marching and chanting, and they're going to turn this guy into a victim. Y'all got to understand it's context. Like we said in the beginning, put your hands on the steering wheel, hand them your license, whatever, and go about your day if possible.
There you go.
Unless you're doing something illegal, then that's a whole nother can of worms.
There you go. And here we go. We're going to go take this a step further. Like I said, first, don't be doing nothing illegal.
And illegal can be simply not having insurance on the car, not having a license. Y'all know.
Yeah, don't be doing nothing illegal. And if you can, if you know some good people in the community with some authority, you might want to get them a call if you find yourself in a wild situation where you may be with an overzealous or emotional law enforcement officer. Give somebody a call. Say, hey, such and such, I'm here. I'm getting pulled over. Can you just come on and be here? Be smart. Be proactive. Don't be reaching for stuff as they come. Like I said, be proactive. Don't
jump out the car.
Yeah, I shouldn't even have to say don't jump out the vehicle.
Jump out the car and start trying to take his gun, trying to disarm him. Man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Said definitely don't smoke in your ride if you're a smoker. Yes, that is wise. That is yeah. Be smart.
You gotta be, you gotta know what you're doing. If you're gonna be, don't be speeding, don't be driving down one-way streets and such.
Yeah, you gotta know how to maneuver in this game. I can't stress enough, like I said, not gonna be sitting here trying to coach people up how to be criminals, but you just gotta know the rules. And with age and time and seeking wisdom comes knowledge, and you know how to do things. But yeah, just be a law-abiding citizen, and then you're good.
I tell you what, I'm gonna show you what not to do. Here's what not to do if you are a smoker in your car. We talk about driving down the wrong way, because you're gonna get citizens. They're gonna get to taking the law into their own hands. Then you get
my car. It's right in front of my car. Get off! Move! What are you doing?
So here we are. This brother here, he driving the wrong way down a one-way street. And you see this Trump supporter here, he got his Make America Great hat. and He caught this brother driving down the wrong street. He jumped on the hood. He said, "Wow, I'm about to citizens arrest you." And last thing you want to be doing if you're driving down the road, that brother better not be in there smoking. I hope not. You see what I'm saying?
And I tell you what, I always say the city we live in, with all these, two ways turning into one ways, you better not be under the influence of a dago thing trying to drive through Pittsburgh. But yeah, I think, was this in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You done ran into a mega. Come on, a MAGA. You done ran into
MAGA.
Oh, this brother
it's
here.
over. He might as well, at this point, here you go. Like I said, not teaching people how to be criminals, but at this point, your best bet, this old timer, he can't chase you nothing. Find a quick way to pull over if you're in there doing wrong. Pull over, get out, lock the car up, and go and have somebody else come get the car. Just what you gonna do? You got an old man on your hood. You're in there smoking, whatever. Understand what's your best course. It ain't keep driving. It ain't that, but
Move! What are you doing? Get off my car! He's still on my car. Get the fuck off my car. Good.
Oh, I always wanted to see the second half of this video. What happened to this old man? He fell off the whip. Know that.
He definitely fell off.
Yeah,
I remember this video now.
Yeah. He was trying to make America great again. That's all he was trying to do. You know what I mean? He's just trying to make America great again.
Man.
That's all.
I tell you what, when he was falling off, he lucky that dude was making that left turn instead of that right boy. Yeah. He would have been on the local news for sure. Surprised it didn't make the news. I'm surprised that video ain't go viral.
So that's what I was saying, what not to do if you're in the car smoking. That was my thing. But yeah, this brother here.
You know what you did.
Lay on flat on your back. Lay on flat on your back. Okay. We need EMS for him. We need to first aid him.
You left in our car and attacked me.
Okay, so
and now he out there leaking, getting that George Floyd treatment.
Okay, so he survived this endeavor. Oh my, okay. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, he lucky.
He lucky. He leaking. He got some battle scars. He gonna be charged importantly.
He lucky that he leaking and lucky. But he could be squirting and all that. He lucky that he just leaking a lot. He leaking a lot. Golly, they bust him all upside his head.
This brother is no victim. He just ain't. If y'all watch it from the beginning, he get pulled over. His brother jumped out aggressively on these cops. And we started off this by saying we're just trying to raise awareness for young brothers about what not to do when you get pulled over. That's what this segment was about.
Because at the end of the day, that did not have to be the outcome. He did not have to be on the ground leaking in cuffs, all bad. He didn't have, because as Gavin said, those cops justified in their court of law for what they did.
And I bet you everything I own, you ask this brother what he did wrong, he gonna say he ain't do nothing. They put their hands on him. He gonna paint this picture like he's a special victim. I'm telling you.
There you go. Seriously, I tell you what, I think a lot more kids should play some degree of sports, because you got to learn how to take some direction and instruction from men and women alike. Seriously, because you don't act like this. You don't act like that. That dude, that grown adult driving that vehicle, was acting like a whole child, a self-entitled child.
Yes. So we're gonna move off of that. That was just like we said, quick awareness, man.
That's all.
What happened to that brother down in Memphis? That didn't have to happen either. No. Same sort of type of situation. You know, put your hands behind your back, deal with whatever was going on with that outside of, I guess sleeping with a woman. We know it's deeper than that. But as far as what I seen, running from police and stuff like that, don't do it, young brothers. My take on it.
Yeah, that that deal down in Memphis. Yeah, because on that video, the young man they arrested him and he was sitting down. And then he took off and started running again. As Gav said, we know it's more to the story, but there's just some stuff you don't do. Because there is a strong probability that brother could still be here today, alive, with his mama, who he was calling out to. He could still be here if he went about that with some sense and logic. Because they didn't just apprehend him and then beat him to deletion. They got him and put him in the car. He was sitting there. Then he took off running. And then they got all hyped up. They chased him and they did what they did. And it was sick. But
okay. So we're going to switch gears off of that. Just raise a little awareness. Young brothers, be more cautious. But my question to you right now, Mr. Walker, is a word we hear thrown around a lot, and I hear you talking about it, narcissist. And you say a lot of these women don't know, because I don't hear men walk around using this word. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't hear it.
Yeah.
But on the other side, it appears every man's a narcissist anymore, and just trying to get to the root of this.
And I tell you what, here's a little side note. The mass majority of these poor, hurt, torn, and damaged women calling nugging them narcissists, they about narcissists themselves just by calling a man a narcissist. Because a narcissist will say and do anything to try to get what they want out of a person. And by you call a person a narcissist, you completely reduce them to nothing. So that's just wild. That's a heck of a title to throw some. It's not something you should say all willy-nilly. To me, a narcissist is almost like somebody that's, I ain't gonna say a graper, but a terrible person. Being narcissistic is egregious. It's terrible, disgusting.
Okay, so shout out to Tanisha on her other account today. She said, "Oh God, I'm so tired of hearing that word." We are too. So with that being said, we're gonna mine out a little bit through this. I ran into this video, and we're gonna pull it up and see what this sister got to say.
Of the toughest hurdles to conquer when you're dealing with a toxic relationship or a narcissist is their ability to force you to believe that your amount of love for them is measured by the amount of pain that you're willing to take.
So she's starting off by saying, as we always hear, the women are the weaker vessel, right? And she's being forced things. That's how she started this.
So did she say that a narcissist, he loves you based on how much pain you can endure?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is nug. So I feel like if I keep stepping out on you and you keep taking me back, that's love.
No. Well, maybe for a narcissist, I don't know. But here's my thing. I can't even get past just the title. Like, why are you dealing with this person? Can a narcissist hide being a narcissist? I say they can't, but I guess they can because they always, tricking Bonquisha in them. But I would have to imagine, just like the characters on Hallway Sunny in Philadelphia, it's a show of narcissists. They extremely narcissistic, and they really can't hide it. They assholes, unapologetic. They messed up in the head. So that's what I mean.
They make it seem like these narcissists are coming in like, acting like Prince Charming, and then they're going in the telephone booth and they coming out as this narcissist.
So okay, I can't grab it. Here's my thing. So at what point do we apply, the rule that you attract what you are?
There you go.
At what point do we start to apply this and take some accountability? Because there ain't no way that is so many raging narcissists in the world. It seems on social media today that every time a woman breaks up with a man, narcissist is one of his titles. For sure. He was this, he was abusive mentally, emotionally, financially, and he was a narcissist and a cheater and a liar. And somehow they wind up pregnant by this narcissistic
Every
individual.
time.
1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times over. Go to someone else for the 6th and come back to him for the 7th. So what we talking about? Like I said, at what point do we apply the rule that you are what you attract?
So she getting into her narcissist little soliloquy here. I'm gonna let her finish, get into it. Let's hear what she was trying to say.
The amount of pain that you're willing to take. They will literally praise you for the amount of times that you forgave them. They will praise you on the amount of times that you overlooked the cheating or overlooked the disrespect. Also, they can take the focus off the fact that they are measuring your love for them by the amount of pain that you're willing to take. And this is why they continue to inflict it.
I don't know. She trying to justify making poor decisions at this point and
I
put
guess
all,
here's the
no
thing.
accountability.
If this person exists, this sounds terrible, god awful. If this, I ain't gonna say if, I ain't that naive.
Yeah, he does exist. Why
Yeah,
you dealing with him?
So, but my thing is, give some resolution, woman. How do you stop him? Because obviously he taking all your wombs and it's crazy. He just coming in like a thief in the night, snatching up wombs and having illegitimate children all over the earth. How do you stop? How do you stop him? Huh? Seriously, because they keep talking about what this goofy nug individual doing. How do you stop him? You want to know how you stop him? You be more picky with your most valuable asset.
So Denise said chicks grab onto some new words, and now every bride from the bricks to the boardroom are now licensed psychologists. So
That's it. Like I said, they all sound like my man Mike Tyson. Every time Mike would learn a new big word back in the day, he would keep saying it. Now, and not really know just how heavy that word is. Like a narcissist can't be helped. Don't you understand? And that's why I keep going back to the same question. How do these women end up with this individual where there's no help? He got a whole chemical imbalance.
Well, he look how they like, or whatever. They was desperate, lonely, lots of things. But here we are. So I'm gonna let her get back into it here. She talking. She says, "Don't make sense." She trying to justify staying with a man because he's cheating and whatever. I don't know, quote unquote. Here we go.
You're willing to take. And this is why they continue to inflict it. Now, you, on the other hand, you're allowing them to deflect. Okay, so instead of you focusing on the fact that this particular toxic individual has come into your life and has constantly inflicted you with pain, and you're caught up focusing on the fact that you love this person so much that you're willing to overlook. And that is exactly what the toxic person wants you to do.
So where does her accountability come in?
And you just heard it. I've touched on this before because I heard this so many times. Her accountability came in whenever she said, you continue to love him and you allow him to keep hurting your innocent self. That's as much accountability as they got. That's it. You allowed him, and that's what they would say. Well, where'd you go wrong? I loved him to a fault. I wouldn't leave. Nothing bad. Just I was too involved and I was too in love with him. Don't you see my tender, pure heart? That's how they go about it. No accountability. Like you said, you don't sit there and say, "Oh, he was looking the way I liked and he was stroking me out the way I liked."
Well, can't a man say the same thing? He can say, "I know I cheated on you, babe, but I'm coming back because I love you so much. I don't love them other women. I love you." And they just sitting in the house gaslighting each other. Come on, man.
Both of them. And y'all know that's how it be. And that's how we have arrived here at this, all women cheat deal and F&F season. because don't nobody trust nobody because everybody gaslighting everybody and none of y'all truly like each other. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I want to say, you know what? There are narcissists on both sides. That's for daggone show. And how about this? Maybe a narcissistic man turns a woman into a narcissist. Maybe it's like a plague or something. I don't know.
Contagious, huh?
Yeah, like contagion. Shoot. Yeah, energy, all that. Y'all know.
Okay.
Love should never, ever be measured by the amount of pain that you're willing to endure. That's the key about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding will force you to believe that somehow love must involve pain. And if you are not careful, you will become addicted to that pain. Check out this week's podcast where I talk.
So there you go. You'll be addicted. There you go. Because some women are addicted to like an abusive man. Because we understand these men exist. It's not every man. It's a very small percentage of men. Let's make that clear. Y'all just attracted to this small percentage of men. Y'all seek them out. Y'all will share this man with 4, 5, 6, 7 women. Y'all will all share this one man because y'all like that, whatever traits he's presenting, these toxic traits. Y'all love it. Y'all can talk however y'all want. Y'all get off on it.
And let's not, hide the fact that it's kind of in a woman's nature to always try to move on to the next best option as far as survival and getting what she wants. So is it safe to say that, come on, this is the best you could do was this crazy narcissistic guy? And that's why we get on accountability. At some point, you got to look within and say, what in the world am I doing that made this crazy narcissistic fool, come to me and use his trickery on me? What is it about me? You just, what they say, that I'm just some innocent prey out here? I don't know.
I'm saying then it turns into a rabbit hole where you start with this narcissist man, quote unquote. Y'all have kids. You leave this man. Then you're able to find you a stepdaddy, right? Now this man got to come into these kids. And as we always say, being a stepdaddy is a thankless job. They deserve a parade at least once a year.
At least once.
And some type of tax benefit. You understand?
Sure.
But that's a whole nother discussion. But y'all put this on another man, right? Pull this video up. And then a man got to come into a house where a young boy going to tell you, you ain't my daddy, right? That's every man dreads that. And no man trying to be in a situation where a kid will look you square in your eyeballs and say, you ain't my daddy. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's one. There's things worse than death. And to be emotionally bound to a relationship and have her little precious bundle of joy look you in your face after you've been paying bills and providing and teaching and mentoring and look you up in your face because you said something he didn't like. Say, oh, you ain't my daddy? Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Okay, so we got East so hopeful. He said, you want that woman? Got to take her with all her baggage. I agree. That's
For
what
sure.
I tell men. It's one thing when you're just trying to get the box and run off and all that. But if you truly want to be with that woman, yeah, you got to accept them kids.
Yes.
That's a decision that man got to make,
I tell you what, though, that's my thing. I guess if you're going into these situations, you got to get into some rules. I know Kendra, whenever she be interviewing the sisters, the post sisters on her show, and she say, hey, if a guy comes in, can he discipline your child? And most times it's hegs, no, you can't. And that's one thing, I think should be discussed moving in, because as a stepfather, you have to consider your boundaries, and that is tough, and that is a heck of a task to take on. So, I guess unless you go in with all the gold, because the king with the gold makes the rules. So if you go in there, Mr. Six Figures and up, then pretty much I'm pretty sure that woman gonna say, have your way, big baller. But most times that ain't the case. Most times.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this video. We're gonna mine this out real quick.
Hey, if Candace ever tell me anything, like you gave him it some respect. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do to you? Huh? Well, I'm gonna whoop that butt. You understand me? I'm gonna come over to the house and whoop it. That's what John needs to do. You need something on your butt because you're too fast. You understand me? And you're gonna have to start listening to grown folks. John is a grown man.
So here we are. What y'all witnessing is Big Unc. Big Unc was called over to the house by his niece because her son was disrespectful. Disrespectful to who, you ask? Her boyfriend, his stepdaddy, John. John was trying to discipline his boy, and his boy looked John in his eyes and said, "You ain't my daddy." Y'all know what it is. And the mama said, "You can't put your hands on my baby, but I'm going to call my uncle over and he going to handle it." Come on, man. What we talking about?
Hey, my man, he's so hopeful said, "You right. Call me the man effing your mama, you little turd." I see what I'm saying. Now you got a grudge match with this little kid. And now Big Unc got to show up. That's got to be tough. And we know these situations happen. How can I be the man of this house?
It's dicey. Because that boy of age, you put your hands on him, he called his daddy, he got a daddy like Jay Prince, and now you got a whole situation. So now,
see what I'm saying? And you done put your hands on him because the boy doing wild stuff. He pushing your buttons. He trying you as a man. He trying your authority in your house, you see? And so you're like, "Whoa, little heathen." And you grab him up. So anything. Hey, don't do that.
Whoa, get your hands off my baby. Get your hands off my baby. I handle it. Now you as a man got to sit there. This woman that told, you done been all disrespected all up through this house. Now she told you she gonna handle it. You need to sit back, relax.
Said stop. She say stop. You stop. Put my son down. You stop. Put the product of me being with another man down. That ain't you. You got no authority over that in this house.
And that's what we hitting on. Read between the lines, ladies. If you welcoming in a stepdaddy into the house, you got to relinquish all that power. You can't tell a man what limits or bounds. Granted, should no man be coming in abusing no kids? We ain't saying that. Don't agree with that. But you can't tell a man he can't be a man.
There you go. So there you go. What is the consequence to having, failed with the father of the child? Could it be that you have to relinquish authority to another man in order to get your home situation back right? Because your home will never be happy if your new man, the stepfather, can't have full authority, not like a dictator, but the overall end say so in this house, because this child ain't mine. And I'm pretty sure y'all can understand now why in the wild, lions and other animals, they move in and they move in as a stepdaddy. They ain't playing stepdaddy. Them children got to go. You understand? Because it's not a natural balance, even in the human animal kingdom.
And he's so hopeful, says, don't be a stepdaddy if you're not about that life. Well, two things is true. About what life? About the life of being emasculated and being a second-class citizen in the house and not having final say-so. Because if you're dealing with you got to find that perfect situation.
There you go.
Which is too hard to find. You might as well start your own situation.
There you go. Or about that life, you mean you can go in there and you about enough where you can establish.
Maybe you're a beta male provider.
There you go.
There you go. We ain't speaking on type of men. I don't even understand these men, but I get what you're saying. I don't know. There are beta male providers out there who will come in. I get it.
See what I'm saying?
And we talk about most disrespectful women and children. There are good situations out there. We ain't saying every woman with a child is undateable or anything like that. But when you got to deal with situations where you being disrespected, told you ain't my daddy, the mama telling you don't talk to my son, all this wild stuff.
Yes. Understand how these domestic situations start to happen. That's what we shining the light on. The do's and don'ts in stepdaddyhood.
Listen to grown folks. John is a grown man, okay? And you start treating him like that. He's more of a daddy to you than your daddy is. You understand that? When the last time you seen your daddy?
Holy hell. If that ain't the most hood normal question, listen, I don't know. Maybe y'all in the audience grew up in nuclear families, but if you didn't, that's a question. When the last time you seen your daddy?
Oh, yeah.
He said, John here for you. He treats you better than your daddy. You don't respect John. Put some respect on his name. He up here taking care of you, boy.
Yeah, your daddy Nug Supreme, boy. John the good man. John's Mr. 40 hours. Your daddy a couch Negro. Don't you understand? Change your allegiance, change your alliance. That's what you got to tell this little boy to do. Say, you got to change your allegiance. You can't be so loyal to your father who you ain't seen in the month of Sundays. You got to be loyal to this new man who might not necessarily be a
You can't just tell a child that. That's on the mom.
And that's what, yes.
Stuff understood. Before you even bring a man into the house, the children got to be on board. It ain't my job to come on here and get these children on board.
At all. No. And it really should never be pressure ever put on a young child either.
Because it's unnatural.
It's unnatural. That's it.
Huh. He said, John, this is sad.
He
Whoever
said,
this John character is, come on, John.
Yeah,
Walk
John.
away. John, SYSBM. Go ahead. Save yourself, brother.
Yeah, John. And but here you go. What's the chances John, a big blowed out kind of sorry brother? It's a strong chance in these situations. You know, the stepdad in these situations, folks, ain't never, you know, it really ain't never Mr. 40 hours, you know, or somebody too respectable universally. Usually it's some blowed out, not too much good for nothing man that's maybe on a pension or something. I don't know. But it ain't never a good situation. It ain't never good. It ain't never in black and white. It's always all foggy and muddy.
He said, when's the last time you seen your daddy, boy? Holy fuck, that's some hood shit.
Last time you seen your daddy? Yeah. Well, when the last time you seen John? Well, you better start appreciating him, boy, because that pissed me off when Candace tell me that you don't respect John.
He ain't gonna never respect John. John ought to go ahead. Save yourself, John. Get your passport, John.
There you go.
Go on.
Seriously. Kids know who to test and they know how to test you, John. If he was gonna respect you, it'd have been respect through the door. Seriously, I would imagine.
Imagine. One say you've been disrespected. She gotta call another man and defend your honor.
I don't. It's just I don't. I do not. Yeah, I'm talking with no experience on this. I would imagine the young boy who would be respectful through the door. I would imagine, but I have no experience in this at all.
Real talk. And then, like I said, so you go from the narcissist, you have kids by this narcissist, then the guy try to come in and play stepdaddy, all that. And what's the final step in all this? Child support and the family court system, right? So we're going to get into something here because there's no accountability. Before we get into Rihanna and all of that, we're going to make one last stop. Stay with me. We're going to mind through this. Stay with us as we get to this.
There you go. And before we hit Rihanna, support the channel, support your interest, put the money directly in the bag, please and thank you.
Make sure you hit the Cash App. The link's pinned to the top of the chat. It's also in the description. Hit the like button. Those are free. Everybody should at least hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before we get to this next part, like I said, make sure y'all hit the like button. We're going to get into it here. She's going to get into talk about deadbeat fathers. So let's talk about it.
I'm a Texas attorney, so anything that I discuss on this TikTok only applies to Texas. except for today. It applies to everybody. It applies to everybody in California, Kansas, Kentucky, wherever you are, because today we're going to talk about the deadbeat baby daddies, okay? And I know, I got to tell you guys what a deadbeat baby daddy is, okay? So, a deadbeat baby daddy is a father who provided his sperm to make a child, but then he abandoned the child. A deadbeat baby daddy is a daddy who has a new wife or a new girlfriend and takes care of the new wife and the new girlfriend's children, but doesn't take care of his own.
She's saying deadbeat daddy. I'm going to call him Nug Nug. All right? We got to be more words mean things. All right? Y'all know who these men are. Y'all know who these men are. Y'all know what y'all attract. They just make it seem like this guy came in hot and this hit on what we say all the time. Marry before you carry or no? Is that not a thing anymore?
No, it's not. And we showed it with that video back from 1986 where that sister said men don't matter in the household. I can do this as a single mom. She actually went on to say to get married would give her more responsibility and burden. She said, if I got kids, what I'm going to do with this couch Negro? So why would I marry him? I would just have the kids and take care of my kids instead of taking care of my kids and the couch Negro. And there's logic there, but not really, because you're not supposed to be mating with the couch Negro. How, and here's my thing. How can women claim to have such amazing women's intuition, but that intuition only seemed to kick in after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids with Nug Nug? That ain't how that works. Y'all wow, and y'all be thinking with y'all little man in the boat. Plain and simple.
A baby daddy, aka a sperm donor, is, I have no words for you. I would tell you to step up, but I'm sure your child's mother has already told you to step up. So, rather than talking to...
Here we are. They love talking about the 6 or 7, 10, maybe 10% of men, black men in particular, sperm donor, deadbeat daddy, all these things. And we don't advocate for these couch Negroes and Nug Nug. We call them out. The problem is we tell y'all to stop mating with them. There lies the problem. You can't keep giving these men children and then shitting on them. This is amazing. The audacity.
Because it's like they never see, like, what does that say about the woman? If a woman sits up here, seriously, y'all got to understand, it is not flattering for a woman to be up on these social media sites talking about he dusty, he broke, he don't work, he stank, he abusive, he narcissistic. But y'all been in some on and off relationship for 7 years. You got 2 or 3 kids by him. Who are you? Who are you? Don't pigs lie with pigs. Don't birds of a feather flock together. What we talking about here? Seriously, at some point you got to look within. So
I did the work. I did the work. I did the work. All that. They start talking that hoodoo talk.
Nug Nug. Here's the thing, lady. Nug Nug ain't never gonna stop trying to chase no box. That is never gonna happen. And that is impossible. It's you, the gatekeeper. We've talked about that. The gatekeeper. You hold the gate closed. Stop leaving it wide open for Nug Nug to walk into. And then you don't have these conversations like with this Texas attorney lady. And she, ratchet herself. She's sitting there. Come on, ladies. Be a better representation of your people. That's all I'm asking. If you're a Texas attorney, can we please be a little bit more bougie? Please. Bougie in the meaning to aspire to be better. Can we please stop trying to hold on to some tainted ratchet heritage? Ain't no need to be sitting there waving your synthetic braids like that, and you're a whole Texas attorney. Represent for the culture in a more honorable way, for crying out loud. So I can't even take what she's saying seriously. Can't even take it really. Whatever. I think it's ratchet. Ain't no need. Can we be more professional and bougie? Oz be a bougie Negro from humble beginners. Don't give a dang.
So here we are. She's talking about sperm donors and deadbeat dads. Here we are. Let's let her.
He told you to step up. So, rather than talking to the deadbeat baby daddies, we're going to talk to the mothers, the moms who play mom and dad. This video is for you. One thing I want you to stop doing in 2022 is stop saying you don't need his child support, because I know you don't need his child support, but the kids do. And so let's talk about how you can take that child support money and start a college fund, save up for a car, start your kids a business.
Once again, they keep going to the bottom 5% of men. Any good man's going to take care of his kids. Y'all got to stop acting like, oh, if the man ain't doing for the kid, y'all talk about nug. Understand who you made it with.
Everything this Texas attorney just said this last time was cap. She said, I know you don't need it, Bonquisha, but your child do. Wrong. Bonquisha need it real bad. And then she gonna say, and then get it for your child and set up a college fund, yada yada, fairy tales, fairy dust, and all this. Wrong. You're wrong. Any funds coming out how she's spending because she need it. These single moms ain't well off or financially stable. Ain't no way in heck she about to get. I don't care how much
come
or
here
how.
with all police. We talk about an overwhelming majority, 85% or more.
If she collecting, I don't know the numbers, but if she collecting $500 a month in child support, you really think she gonna say, okay, this $500 is going towards little John's college fund? No, that's going towards a bill or some goofy expense. Lobster crab legs and lobster and seafood boils. Yes, it's all cap. Ain't no single mom got the luxury of taking child support money and just putting it into a college fund and stuff. Not the overwhelming majority. All police need to stay outside the club over here, because y'all know what it is. Seriously. And if she do, she ain't worried about it. This don't even apply to her. Don't y'all get it? It's all cap. She gonna say, I know you don't need it, Bonquisha, but your child do. No, Bonquisha need it. The child need it, but it's a bad situation because Bonquisha ain't worth a dang.
Well, chances are, if you're going to this length, Nug ain't got it. Y'all can't extract something from nothing. It's an empty well. Y'all know this brother broke. All y'all can simply do is just make his life more miserable, whatever.
There you go.
Locked up or some shit. But you ain't getting no funds out of him because he ain't got none.
There you go. Then y'all started playing wicked games. Y'all know Nug was a couch Negro when he was with you. Now you getting at his little if he do decide to get, he ain't gonna get no job. I can't even say and tell that lie. You're gonna try to extract water out of a rock, and then he gonna end up in jail, in worse bad shape, in debt, all pitiful in the community. Y'all know how y'all do Nug. Y'all running.
Remember back in the day, they used to put men in the newspaper. Even my own daddy was in there, and they was putting men in there. They would expose you back in the day. They need to bring that back. That was like Old Testament.
That was
in the newspaper. Be like, look, Charlie Daniels owe $50,000 in child support. You'd be like, God damn! You go to school, they'd be like, your daddy owe your mama 50 wax. Motherfucker, everybody walk around school. Motherfucker, your daddy owe 100 wax. Motherfucker, your daddy owe 15. Motherfucker, like, my daddy only owe 2,000. I got a good daddy. Motherfucker was wicked.
That's sick. That is true. I vaguely remember that. So there you go. It's a sick game. And if you ask me, the rest of the world is laughing at my folks, man. Because it's comical at this point. They still say they don't need a man, but they want to keep making babies with Nug. Why that is some selfish stuff. Why put your offspring through an unnecessary hell? I can't call it.
As Jones said, they don't want to add extra bodies, so they recycle ain't nothing brothers. And we have had women on the Kendra show admit to that.
Yes.
So that is a fact.
Lady said, I don't want to keep having bodies, so I keep this one guy in rotation. I just was intimate with him last week or later today. No exaggeration. But you know, that ain't nothing, Kendra, because I've been messing with him. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
I mean, even you can take the child support money and pay for the pee-wee fees because you're Junior playing football and Lou is on the cheerleading team. You can buy her uniforms. There's so many different things that you can do with that child support check. One thing you can't do is you cannot make a man be there who does not want to be there. So you hit him in his pockets because you did not create that baby alone, okay? And I know y'all about to say, I got child support and he not paying. So it's time for you to file an enforcement. Because if he's not paying his child support and he's thousands of dollars behind on his child support, it's time for you to get that driver's license suspended. It's time for you to get the passport suspended. Because I know he went to Mexico last week and ain't paid you a dime.
Here we go. The systematic. Y'all, for some people who y'all love to be Black Lives Matter and yada, yada, yada. Y'all pro-black man, but y'all love working that system. You hear? She says, it's time to go. Get that driver's license. It's time to make sure he can never, even if he could attempt to get his life together and start paying you bread, let's put everything in turmoil so that he can never pay you a dime because he can't. He ain't gonna have no license. He won't be able to exist. Now you won't ever get no money if there was ever a possibility.
And that's the win. That's the win. Oh, I got him, girl. He thought he was couch Negro before he left me. Now he just out on the street homeless. Literally, because I done took his L's. He can't do nothing. The law on his door, he done got hemmed up so many ways now. He can't even function, can't even move. He literally can't maneuver. And it's because I didn't do nothing wrong, me bone Quisha. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was innocent. He just came in and he took my goodies, and this baby came and he don't want to help me. And I'm so sad. And so I'm going to ruin this brother's life. Black Lives Matter.
Straight like that. Stop giving him your womb. As we trying to say, marry before you carry. Don't carry Nug Nug's kid and then say Nug Nug ain't nothing.
What they say, what the old timers say, they say, child, why would he buy the cow and you giving him the milk for free? The old ladies used to tell y'all fast asses that. Why he gonna buy the cow and you keep giving all the milk? Why would he buy the cow? He getting the milk for free, don't you see? It's meaning and power in these words. Y'all can't give up y'all most precious commodity, give up y'all treasure, then want to negotiate when he got what he want. He ain't got no reason to be invested. You understand? Marriage is about what is about duty and fulfillment, all that good stuff. It's about serious stuff, not about happiness and good feelings and butterflies. No, y'all don't even understand.
Make you tingle, and is he 666, and do he make you tingle and all that good stuff? Nah.
No, you gotta look a certain way to get all that extra stuff. Y'all need to just, like Gavin said, we need to put it back as a standard amongst our folk. Marry before you carry. Just don't carry it all. You ain't gotta carry. If you know, do you. But we gotta understand, it's do what you want. We can do it, everybody liberated, but we can't forget what's in the best interest of these children because we raising up.
And absolutely. And that's gonna tie us. We're gonna let her finish, and that's gonna tie us into the main subject here. So let's hear what else she got to say, because she on one.
And he needed a passport to get to Mexico. So we're going to suspend that passport. Okay, we're going to suspend that barber's license because he making that money and he taking it home to the new wife, or he taking it out to the streets with his friends, and he ain't gave a penny to buy Junior some cleats for the football team. Okay? So in 2022, ladies, it's time to level up. It's time to do what you need to do to put your children in a better position, and they're going to thank you in the long run. So, as you guys know,
So there you go. This is a woman on TikTok. She provides advice for all you single moms out there, and it ain't no good. A woman, she's spewing debauchery. She's playing right into the system's hands, quote unquote. the system y'all love to hate and talk about, y'all they greatest pawns.
There you go. Because they using that powerful, influential black woman and just put a battery in her back. The sister done got this last president elected ain't much more powerful than the black woman when she used her power correctly. And she just used all willy-nilly here, feeding into the system. Yeah, that Texas attorney, she about to make my stomach hurt. She sounds so ratchet. My goodness. There you go. How do you pass the bar and the software still seem like it's the same? I'm going to assume that she's an attorney. She passed the bar. I'm going to take her word at face value. How do you still maintain that kind of attitude and persona? Seriously, I don't understand. And that pain coming through her voice. She's sitting there talking about how Nug ain't bought them cleats. Understand? A lot of us be speaking from experience. Some of us, we can only speak from experience. And if she was speaking from experience, that hurt be coming through clear as day. Yeah.
Exactly. So what's we've been leading up to this is, we've been talking about the child support court and Nug and narcissist and yada yada yada. And then last night come along, Super Bowl come along, Rihanna come along, new baby come along, and Facebook is on fire, right? Rihanna's pregnant again. People feel many different ways. She's a grown woman. She's a billionaire. Rihanna herself can do whatever she wants to do, right? But what we are seeing is the aftermath of it all and the kind of stuff we just talked about. Because the average person in America ain't Rihanna. And we talk about marry before you carry, right? But even y'all, Queen Rihanna, who's a billionaire, she chose not to marry before she carried twice. And 2 kids by a nug. Because it's safe to say, A$AP Rocky is a nug. Could be a good guy, could articulate himself well. But from how he portrays himself up until this point in life, he's nug.
Yes.
Rihanna was just pregnant with their other kid. Granted, this man is fortunate and he got options. He got options even better than Rihanna, minus the money.
And he's exercised them.
Then there we go. So he exercised his options. This is little old A$AP. He nug. But he got options too. So Rihanna's in a position, and a lot of women are celebrating it. I see women on Facebook like, oh, she pregnant too. And they trying to justify their existence. So you got even women who are pregnant in their 40s or late 30s, single pregnant women. And now they're like, oh, Rihanna pregnant too. It's all good. We all pregnant out here.
Y'all ain't Rihanna. First and foremost, broke folks and poor folks need to stop being so into rich folks' affairs. You can't compare yourself to Rihanna. And the number one reason being the financial stability. Pretty much the only reason. Because the software probably the same. But that financial stability, that helps so much. See, y'all don't be trying to be 30-something, dealing with nug, all stressed out, having babies, talking about you can relate to Rihanna. Rihanna, she has the luxury if she wanted to. Not saying that she will. Not saying, I don't know what kind of mother she is. Don't really care too much. But if she wanted to, she could have her kid and hand it over to an au pair or lifelong nanny and continue to do her thing. Y'all don't have that luxury.
But
so
y'all, we are. She's a role model. So, quote unquote, role model, meaning people are going to model their lives after her, thinking they can do the same things. Rihanna single, Rihanna powerful, Rihanna, yada yada. Don't work like that.
You got to consider all the context. Why is she Rihanna? What makes her Rihanna? The bread, the resources, the luxury. Y'all can't do that.
She didn't marry for you. Rihanna didn't marry for she carried. Your mama didn't marry for she carried. You didn't marry for you carried. People want to bring all the ad hominems. Don't change the facts. We got to change this shit moving forward. We can't change the hands of time. but we got to address this shit because this is part of the major part of the problem.
There we go. Yes. Huh? Ain't that the Christian motto? Don't judge me on my past. Judge me on right now. And we believe in that. Change for the better. That's all. But don't continue to wallow in ignorance and say, oh, I wonder why my folks so messed up. Because don't nobody want to say nothing. All I got, crabs in the barrel. One try to get out and make himself better or be a little bougie, and the rest of them crabs gonna pull them on down. No, we gotta kill that mentality. We gotta kill that. We gotta speak on the wrong that's going on in our community, in our towns, in our cities. Speak on them so that they will stop. Everybody can't turn a blind eye because they don't want nobody to say nothing about them and they bull crap. That's cowardice.
So that's where Rihanna doing something like this. My problem is the optics. She is the role model. She is one of the head women in the community. All women, she's holding the standard. So how you gonna tell Keisha and Bonquisha they need to marry for their carry? They gonna say Rihanna didn't marry. Even Rihanna didn't marry for she carried. And we setting the bar so low. But they'll understand why Rihanna can do what she does.
There you go.
But it's just not a good. And now she's out saying she's ready for marriage now. All right. Now she plans on getting married here in the next month or two. They're gonna try to tie the knot because they too far down this road. And he's sitting in the catbird seat.
Y'all gotta understand the context to how Rihanna can move this way. First, let's just let it be known she's a billionaire. Let that sizzle in your spirit a little bit. She can do things. She can do what she wants. She's a queen with the gold. She can make the rules. Y'all ain't got no gold. You can't make no rules. You got to abide by the set rules. But when you get gold, you can start making your own rules, moving pieces wherever you see fit. But you still got to live with the consequences. But yeah, Rihanna.
Because even if Rihanna get left high and dry, which is more than likely to happen, this ain't gonna be nothing long lasting. Granted, hope it is, but like we just said, ASAP Rocky is Nug Nug. He just got caught sleeping with her makeup artist, while she was pregnant. That is what it is. She gonna accept. Even Rihanna knows she got to share. Y'all gotta understand. Even Beyonce, they all know we gonna share this great man. How in the hell you think I got him? I know come on now. So,
but there's levels to this, and that's why I keep saying, poor folk need not be worried about rich and wealthy folk affairs.
She's gonna be fine. She'll be fine as a single mom.
Perfectly fine, because she will never really be single.
And they gonna make her the poster child of being a single mom. Look, it's not so bad.
There you go.
If you got $1 billion, it ain't so bad.
Yes, please don't leave. When y'all post single mamas out there in the hood trying to relate to Rihanna, first consider her social economic status. If you can't relate to that, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and shut your mouth, because you can't. That's the biggest missing piece. She got resources and bread and power and influence, and the majority have none of that. You can't relate to Rihanna. She is not your champion. She is a one-off. She ain't no unicorn, because there's a couple of her, there's many of her. But don't let them fool y'all. My beautiful black woman, please understand they keep pulling the wool over your ass. And hey, Glorilla, Cardi B, these is y'all champions. And then y'all champion them, then y'all daughters champion them. Y'all really want y'all daughters to live out the life these women about to live out? That's how you got to step outside yourself and think about that. Do I want my daughter to be like Cardi B? Do I want my daughter, to be like Rihanna? I don't know. Maybe some of y'all do want y'all daughter to get beat upside the head in a limo by some rapper. I don't know. But I would assume not, having daughters myself.
Because they see the fortune and the fame. We so poor and broke and disenfranchised. They ain't thinking about the path Rihanna has to travel and all these toxic relationships she got to go through. They just see her as being rich. And of course I would want my daughter to be like Rihanna, right? Of course I would want this fortune and fame, right? Y'all so selfish because y'all so broke and poor. Y'all want somebody else to save y'all.
There you go. Yeah, straight like that. We really don't know how poor we are. This new generation, I think my generation was well aware, but this new generation with the government stimulus package and all that's out there for struggling families in America, a lot of these poor, broke, disenfranchised, undereducated, abused, and used kids don't even know it. They think they live, middle class lives
Because they got iPhones and Jordans.
because all the trinkets that's surrounding them. So they think they good, but no, we are so poor that we can't even grasp the fact that we ain't Rihanna, we ain't Jay-Z. Calm down. You ain't gonna become these people either. Stop. It's absolute madness for any other woman on earth to compare herself to Rihanna.
Yeah, because the net of it, as soon as that Super Bowl show start going on, everybody named mama. Rihanna pregnant, is she pregnant? It really don't matter if she is or is she pregnant? Is she overweight? What that got to do with the price of tea in China? Y'all rent still due in a couple days or whatever, a couple weeks, first of the month, stuff gonna be due. So understand that.
And that's why we call these things distractions. To me, the Super Bowl, I call it's a Mandingo fight. To me, that's all I see. Because at any given play, any of them players could undergo serious injury, as we see dang near every game, or even the threat of not making off the field alive. I don't even agree with it, but you got your Mandingo fight, and then you got your wild halftime show. I get it.
So the net of the Rihanna fiasco for us is short and sweet. All right, Rihanna can quote unquote do what she want. If y'all want to champion her as y'all, idol and think you can tread that path with no resources and the EBT card, good luck. All right.
But it won't look so glamorous.
It's marry before you carry, right? And we had a discussion a few weeks ago. You made a Facebook post and we talk about marry before you carry. And some woman come in the comments, she say, well, I know good men. I know women who get married before they carry. And the man left. And I said, was he a good man? He was a great man. And they was married and he was such a great man. And then he left her and he never took care of the kids again. Show me these great. You women, y'all are not the dictators of who great men are. Put this man before us, and I will tell you if this is a great man or not. So y'all gotta stop. I know what y'all think is great, and that ain't great. So y'all must understand. Y'all have never. I Willie say this shit all the time. Most of you women in the community has never even been in the presence of a fucking real man. That's a fact.
And it's a grim reality, and it's unfortunate. It really is. Because a lot of these little towns and hoods, that's all that stays and remains. Broken products of broken homes and just end up in an nasty cesspool. So I do apologize. And I touch on that. A lot of these young girls don't even have a suitable male to really look up to. They don't. He either a hound dog, he a deadbeat, he always nug of some form. He blowed out, he fat, he ain't nothing to aspire to be. And that's just a grim reality.
Real talk, straight like that. So the message going forward is tell these kids, marry for you carry. I'm not talking about you grown adults out here that's butthurt because you got 3 kids by 6 men and you didn't marry before you carry and you all mad. That's on you. But tell your kids, don't do what you did.
There we go.
At the very least. That's the point of it.
That's the point. Yeah, do what you want. Well, we imagine you would want more better for your children. So we would imagine you would say, hey, my baby, make sure you marry for you carry. Don't be out there giving your sweet milk away all willy-nilly and then expect for something amazing to happen down the road. What they say, God don't bless no mess. Can't start off with no mess and then think you're going to have some glorious fulfilled life. You got to start moving accordingly, even if it means taking a look in the mirror and not liking what you see at the time. You got to change. Got to spread awareness. It can't keep being okay to be baby mamas and single mamas. Whatever title y'all want to carry with so much damn pride. It can't keep being okay.
Exactly.
Got to come to an end before we come to an end.
Huh.
How about that?
Even in the case of Queen Rihanna, with all her resources, it's still not the wisest idea to A, have kids by Nug Nug, B, carry after, don't marry before you carry. So them two decisions, even on her behalf, are not wise. The only thing is she got the resources to be able to weather the storm,
There
which
you go.
98% of y'all don't.
That's what it is. She got enough resources and all of the above to make a situation that is most probable to be terrible for the child, but she got enough resources where she can make this work. She can shape her reality as she sees fit. And a lot of y'all don't have such power. You got to take that into context before y'all try to relate with Queen Riri. All right.
So marry before you carry. Stop having kids by the 20% of men. All right. Stop having kids by the same men and keep talking about these ain't nothing men and keep saying these are all men, but it's only 20%. Quit trying to bundle the other 80% of men in with y'all debauchery because all y'all got kids by the same men. If that is a fact, I don't care if you don't like it. Look around. Look around. And now I want the all police to come in. The majority of the women in our community have children by the same men. There are men with 5 baby mamas, 8 baby mamas, 13 children. Y'all all having kids by y'all having kids, they cousins, they brother, cousins, sisters, right? Because men are out here having kids, or women out here having children by brothers. And there's men out here having children by sisters and cousins. And these kids are all related. And then they grow up and don't know they related. Then they start procreating. And then autism rates start rising. And we can't figure nothing out because we just thinking with our little heads and everybody's screwing each other and don't nobody even know they related to each other.
Whew. Holy smokes. Straight like that. No cap, no chaser. That's exactly what be going on in these hoods, and y'all know it. It's a shame before God himself. I'm trying to tell you. Yes, God, we gotta be more responsible because we gotta see how it trickle down to the kids. We be gone and we seem to be coming up out of here earlier in age. We transitioning, and these poor babies don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know who their kinfolk is, none of that. They can't even begin to move accordingly.
So Third Eye Wise says, I can only imagine what our community will look like in 20 years. I tell you, by the year 2050, the median income in the household is going to be zero. Zero. All right. At this pace, and I hope this video is here for long forever because we can come back. At this pace, in the next 25 years, it's over. It's over. For most of us. And I say us because I can be included. For most of us and our offspring, there is no solution. There is no long-term plan for us in this country. Figure it out. Read between that line.
There you go. There you go, man. I couldn't say it better. Y'all better do like I plan to do. Try to lower your living costs, lower your living expense, and try to be more self-sufficient. Buy you some chickens and try to make it work. And that's so many rabbit holes to go down with that one. But yeah, we're gonna be in a bad way. There really ain't no way around that. Really ain't no way around that, And I tell you what, it would be nice to be wrong. We don't mind being wrong. It would be absolutely amazing if people came back to these videos and was like, Gavin, y'all was wrong. Mr. Walker, y'all was wrong. I'm like, I'm so happy we was wrong. Because
that's good news. It's good news if we wrong.
Yeah, that'd be.
We ain't looking to be right.
Yeah.
We're just forecasting shit.
Yeah.
To be right.
I don't mind being wrong. I'm telling you what I see. I see darkness on the horizon, trying to tone down the darkness. Maybe we could, have more survivors. But Yeah, in 25 years or so, it's going to be a bad way. As Gavin said, our projected income in the black community is projected to be 0. Y'all don't really want to live that existence. There are
And
so
y'all say, well, what does that mean? All right, we'll get a little more granular because that can go over so many people's head, right?
True.
So here we are. We're talking about the median income. You got a husband and a wife in the house. Y'all both bringing in $50,000 a year. The median income of your house is $100,000 a year, right? You got some households right now in our community where the median income is under $15,000 in a lot of these. Right now. Why?
Yes.
Why? Because there is no father, there is no two incomes. There's only mom. Mom only works maybe 3 months out the year just so she can claim income tax. Most of the money that y'all get is not registered under income, like fucking food stamps, Section 8 vouchers, income tax. That is not considered income. And all that's when they do away with, think about it. Y'all better think about it.
But that's the thing. They won't think about it because they can't do that. They can't take my food stamps. They can't take my cash assistance. They wouldn't do that. Y'all go ahead. Uncle Charlie gonna say, hold my beer. Tell me what I can't do. I done done much worse throughout time. You telling me I can't take your stipends, your cash assistance, and your food vouchers and Section 8, you goofy Negro?
Real talk.
Good luck. Keep telling your government what they can't do.
They can't do us like that. Why
Oh.
would they do us like that? I got kids.
They don't give a damn. They don't care at all. Understand there was
If you think they care, y'all better start doing y'all history. If you think they care about you and your kids, there was a 400-year time period. All right. They show you how much they care about you and your kids.
Trying to tell you. And please understand, there's a term out. The government sees the majority of U.S. citizens as useless eaters. I'm just going to leave it. If you keep saying what they won't do, a lot of U.S. citizens are just considered useless eaters.
Yeah, we having food shortages, water shortages, meat shortage, you name it. That's why the price of an egg costs so much. Eventually, I don't get it, man.
Food is
enough.
Food and resources becoming more scarce, and the government decided to say, hey, it's a lot of people here that are useless eaters. Do you know what your government do with useless people? Do you know?
And the words my man Donnell, shout out Donnell, he said, get y'all some bullets. He been saying that. Get you some artillery, baby. That's about as much as I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah.
And that's
You
that,
get-
and that's it.
Straight like that.
But yeah, man, this was a good show here. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you hit the Cash App if you have not yet. We appreciate it. Cart Before the Horse TV, another edition. We in the building here. What you got? You got any final words for the people here this morning?
No, I tell you what, I had some bull crap to say about Rihanna. So supposedly that Rihanna halftime show supposedly symbolized her getting or being pregnant, huh?
Yeah, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but yeah, I heard
Okay.
I don't know much about it to speak on.
But other than that, no, that's all I got.
All right. But yeah, man, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for the backup channel before we get out of here. It's important we all subscribe over at the backup channel. And yeah, that was it, man. Marry before you carry. That's the theme of today.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the link there. We dropped the link in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and the backup channel.
Share with your friends. Share with your friends. Share, discuss. Spread the love. This is love. A lot of y'all people never been experienced or exposed to real love. This is what love looks like. May not always feel good, but it's love. Tough love.
So yeah, subscribe, share, like, hit the Cash App. Car Before the Horse TV in the building. All right. Make sure y'all on the lookout. Car Before the Horse TV. This is where we talk about any and everything, just current events, and just giving it to y'all real and raw, and showing y'all real love, as Willie just said. Y'all ain't never had no real love. I know y'all don't even know what it look like, feel like, taste like, but this is it. I know you don't, it's unfamiliar.
There you go. And feel free to go in the comments and put in some suggestions what y'all want to see more of, different topics to talk about. We definitely open to them. As we said before, the whole Kendra Single by Choices segment came no, not that, but the Atlanta Street interviews came via just a a comment. It's what we should do. So please feel free to comment and leave suggestions in the community tab or in the videos, and we definitely do our best to go through all the comments and engage, because that's what this all about, is spreading the love and more or less creating a cart before the horse family, if you will.
And once again, shout out to all the viewers, Third Eye Wise. Correct me if I'm wrong in the build. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. PC76. I know you're gonna catch the playback, big dog. Shout out. Also, shout out to Trigger Mike. He got his show going on. We always over there. Shout out to the Angry Man. Shout out to everybody in the space, all the big dogs in the space, Lapeef Network, and all the people, make sure y'all subscribe to them channels as well.
Yeah, they be having a lot of same talking points. We kind of share talking points in this area here, in this manosphere, if you will. But yeah, definitely good content. A lot of different point of views. It ain't all about echo chambers and trying to be right. As we say here with Third Eye, we don't mind being wrong, but just in different perspectives and seeing what's going on in our community.
So yes, with that being said, y'all have a happy Monday. All right, football season's over. Cart before the horse season's in. Y'all be seeing a lot more of us here. Like we said, set your notifications on, so you always notify anytime we drop a video, go live, drop a short, anything, you're notified. All right.
There you go. We saw some comments where people said they couldn't see the live, or they didn't make the live. They didn't know that we were going live. So please, you got to set the reminder so that as soon as we do go live, you'll get that notification and you won't be late to the party.
So that being said, I'm Gavin X.
I'm Mr. Walker.
Y'all have a good day.
Good afternoon.